Hello everyone, Salome B, and we're going to talk about Joe Budden has left Everyday Struggle Complex confirms. Now, I just subscribed to Complex because I have been observing the Everyday Struggle with DJ Academics, Nadeska, and Joe. And Joe was the most interesting dude on there. And I remember Joe Budden from his single. I forgot what the single was, but Joe Budden, I remember him. Um, and I started to watch him. And I've been watching him for a good 2 years now without subscribing. I would see little stuff on the internet. So I was like, this is a very smart dude here. And he's very analytical. And I had a chance to look up his birthday. He's a Virgo. And most Virgo men that I have dated or been around, they're very analytical. My father's a Virgo. So you can't get nothing past that Virgo. And Joe Budden was very funny too. Some people were at odds with him, and I saw the little things about Young Jeezy checking Joe Budden, and I saw that interview. Young Jeezy did not check Joe Budden. He checked academics, but not Budden, not Joe Budden. He checked academics. He did not check Joe Budden because he knew that Joe was going to give him back the same thing that he gave out. But anyway, let's get to this article. This is the article on Billboard. A lot of people are in uproar about Joe Budden leaving, and a lot of people don't believe it. But here's the article. Lately, Complex Daily Show Everyday Struggle has replaced Joe Budden with a special guest for what many assumed would be a temporary leave while Budden takes focus on his newborn baby. But the rapper took to Twitter to cite internal chaos as the reason for his absence. And on Tuesday, December 19th, Complex confirmed to Billboard that Budden has officially departed from the show. Joe Budden is not continuing as a host on Everyday Struggle in 2018. Complex told Billboard the show will be back in New Year with all new episodes and guests. We wish Joe all the best and thank him for a great 2017. Since its debut in April, Complex Daily Morning Show Everyday Struggle has garnered a wave of support and a massive following each week as hosts Nadeska, Alexis, DJ Academics, and Joe Budden debate some of the hottest topics in hip-hop. We love and we respect him. We believe he's terrific, but the reality is we could not reach an agreement. So they could not reach an agreement. Complex said, as far as replacement for Joe Budden, the outlet plans to continue churning out new episodes with special guests in the new year, and didn't reveal any plans for a replacement just yet. So they're not replacing him just yet. In a series of tweets, Budden aired his grievances with the show, tweeting, I created the show. I'll create another one if I need be. Another and another. It's when you can't create that you move without integrity. I am not on paternity, and they should stop using my 3-day-old child to mask internal chaos. Thanks. He replied to DJ Who Kid, who recently appeared on the show. So you've heard it here. This is Billboard, Billboard.com, saying that Joe Budden and Complex could not reach an agreement. And I find this very strange with the Amigos' little beef, and they were finding lookalikes for the video that they got coming out, and they were trying to find a replacement Joe Budden or a fake Joe Budden. And I was thinking to myself, are they trying to replace Joe Budden on Complex or something? That kind of like tipped me off. And now, when I saw the clips with Joe Budden at the hospital, and I thought that was so sweet. He was at the hospital, and his son was being born, and he was talking to his girlfriend, and they were laughing and stuff, and he seemed very happy. He did not seem like, he was pressed about losing this show. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to his podcast that much. I saw it a couple of days ago when he was talking about Mace, and he called up Charlemagne and told Charlemagne that he was biased, and he called up Mace to try to figure out why Charlemagne keep hating, and Mace didn't answer the phone then. So this kind of that Migos video shoot thing kind of tipped me off to Joe Budden getting replaced. So I kind of thought to myself, like, wow, is Joe Budden getting replaced, or is somebody on that show getting replaced? So that's a theory to think about. Another thing to think about, too, is a lot of the men through Hollywood and stuff are getting, like, the chop. Like Tavis Smiley, people that are, like, very vocal. And Joe Budden's kind of vocal here. He's very vocal about certain things. And I just had to think about that. And when I heard it, I was like, wow, I just subscribed to Complex. I'm going to unsubscribe now because Nadeska doesn't get me. She's pretty. DJ Academics, I'm already subscribed to him. I don't want to look at him. I already hear him enough. I don't want to look at him again. And he just rambles on and on and on. And the artists that he like, him and Joe Budden's chemistry at first was not good. They just finally started getting along. And you could tell that Joe Budden's taste in music is very different than DJ Academics. So that could be the internal struggle that Joe Budden is stating. Him and DJ Academics' taste on music is not the same. Like, DJ Academics the other day was interviewing Lil Pump or somebody, and Joe Budden was not even into interviewing the Migos. That's why this beef and this replacement thing is going on. And I'm like, is it deeper than that? Do the Migos got some type of pull, or is it really Complex and Joe Budden just couldn't get down to the figures, and Complex didn't want to pay him? That could be another thing. But Joe Budden is getting older, and he's getting wiser, and he's not going to stay somewhere where he cannot control. And any black man today, either black, white, or wherever you are, if you can't control anything today and you don't have a say-so, it's best to leave, like Joe said, without integrity. So I'm sad to see Joe Budden leave Complex, but you can tell the chemistry is not there. Like, Nadeska always looks out of place. DJ Academics has to break down everything like he's talking to special ed students. And Joe Budden has to question him about his taste in music. Like, do you even know hip-hop? You could tell the chemistry was off. So Complex, I hope they can keep this show afloat, because a lot of people, I've been on a lot of sites lately, and a lot of people are saying they're unsubscribing. I'm trying to figure out, is Complex going to have at least 1 million lost subscribers by tomorrow? Because everybody's in an uproar right now, because everybody likes Joe Budden. Matter of fact, I think Joe Budden popularity is even more wanted than Ebro and Charlemagne. So, like I said, is this between Joe Budden and Complex, or is it the powers that be, or the people behind the scenes that don't want to see Joe soar because he's better than Ebro and Charlemagne? Think about it, people. Like, subscribe to Long B. Tell me what you think. And really, really think about this, because even though Complex is saying one thing and Joe is saying another, there's something more deeper behind the scenes. And there are competitors. And you got Ebro, you got Joe, and you got Charlemagne. Charlemagne is losing right now because people think he's such a bootlicker. And Ebro is on the fence. He's a on the fence bootlicker, and Joe Budden is a rebel. So I don't think that Complex. I think that's BS. I think that they wanted to get Joe out of here because Joe, like I said, he's a Virgo, and you ain't gonna get nothing past him. And he's very vocal. When he sees something wrong, he's gonna call it out. So tell me what you think about Joe Budden leaving Complex.